Yo, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another video. Finally dropping the Google Ads video, highly requested video. I have people ask me all the time about my Google Ads and what I do for work, how do I market, how do I stay busy, where do I spend my money for marketing? And my answer is always Google Ads. Like that's how I get 90% of my work. Nowadays my SEO is a little better. Like I rank for junk removal a little bit better in my area than I used to. So maybe it's more like 80-20 now. But still, I rely on Google Ads a lot more than I should just because I'm in such a competitive area that if you look up junk removal in my area, there's probably 5 other businesses within a 3-mile radius. So it's like kind of hard to get all that organic work 100% of the time. But yeah, this video is just gonna be like real briefly me going over my Google Ads, showing you guys some of the keywords I use, how I set up my ads, my landing pages, and I might even like show you how to quickly set up a campaign. But I'm not gonna go super in depth because this video could be so long. This is gonna be for like the people out there that might wanna try to do this themselves and just are curious on how it's set up. If you're completely like unfamiliar with Google Ads, you have no idea how to do it, you might want to watch like some other basic tutorial videos even before this one, because like this is going to be super beginner friendly. But if you haven't even dabbled with Google Ads, like I might take like a little Google Ads course. There's probably a ton of them on YouTube. So let's hop over to my computer. I'll show you guys real quick, go over some stuff, and we'll just go from there. All right, so we are on my Google Ads now, and I'm going to show you the main campaign that I usually use. It's currently paused. It's this one that I have selected. It is paused because I sprained my ankle and I think I might have sprained my ACL again. So I haven't been running my ads just because I don't want to run ads and people call me for like a minimum pickup job and I'm not even able to do it because I literally can barely walk right now. So there's no reason for me to be wasting money, which is super annoying because when you pause your ads, it kind of messes up how well they're performing. So I just went back to January, which I know is a solid month for me. The ads were performing well and I wasn't experimenting with them a lot. Like now I have a completely different landing page and everything. So it took me a while to set up conversion tracking and the data's a little skewed, so I figured why not go to January, show you guys a solid month of performance. So this is my campaign that I use all the time, 1,600 impressions, click-through rate 6%, spent $1,900, conversion rate was 36%, 42 conversions, average cost per click was $16.53, and the average cost per conversion was $45.27, which is very good for my area, especially being in a competitive area. That's a great conversion rate, and that is with a while of experience and a lot of data going through this campaign. So this is a veteran campaign, I would say. But let's jump right into it. I'm gonna try to go over this briefly. This is my second take, honestly, on this recording of me going over Google, because the last one was like 25 minutes and I was like, wow, I just rambled on for way too long. So let's hop right into it. Let's go over some ad groups. So these are all the specific ad groups I have set up for this exact campaign. They're not super specific. Like I used to have one for Pinellas County, which is the county that I have my ads running in. So when people look up Pinellas County, I would try to throw that as like a keyword. I had hot tub, wasn't converting well. I had junk removal St. Pete, that one wasn't really converting well, so I turned that off. But I restarted another one recently and tried to change some things. I have one on Clearwater. So as you can see, I focus some areas specifically, like Largo, Clearwater, St. Pete, and then I focus some specific kind of jobs like shed removal, and then I keep certain keywords like junk hauling, junk service, mattress pickup, junk removal, furniture removal. And each one of these campaign or ad groups has its own keywords. Like if we jump into the furniture removal ad group, it has its own keywords. And here are some of the keywords I use for furniture removal. You can see that they're all either in parentheses or quotes, which means phrase match or exact match. I never use broad match. It's too broad. It'll just burn through your money. I mean, like if you put couch removal as a broad match keyword, your campaign will probably start showing up for new couch near me. Like it's like that broad. So would not recommend using broad keywords as on your campaign at all. I just want it. And obviously once you have your campaign running for a while, you can add negative keywords. You come in here, I have 219 keywords set as negative keywords. So this is just stuff that I've came up for in the past that I don't want to come up for again, like waste disposal, waste management, where can I drop off a mattress, where can I throw away my mattress near me, WM Bagster, U-Haul near me. Like all this stuff is just negative keywords that I've added over the year that I just do not want my campaign coming up for, because it's not relevant, it's not going to turn into a conversion, and I just don't need it. So yeah, that's the furniture removal ad group. I mean, these negative keywords are for the entire campaign, but that was an example of some keywords in the furniture removal ad group. So if you come over into the junk hauling ad group, you can see how the keywords change. They go to junk hauling services near me, junk hauling. Kind of can see the pattern I got going on here. The keywords are relevant to the ad group. So junk pickup, you're gonna see a lot of pickup keywords here. And then when you go into the actual junk pickup ad, look at what I have as the actual ad. It's gonna be stuff that's relevant to junk pickup company, fast junk pickup service, elite hauling and junk removal, expert junk removers, stuff like that. I have junk pickup a lot in this ad group as the headings. And if you're wondering what these are, again, you probably should watch like a breakdown, a beginner's video on how Google Ads work, because if you don't even know what this is, then this might even be a little advanced video for you, but I'm trying to make it as beginner friendly as I can. This is right here on the right side, this like little phone looking thing, or you can change the desktop. This is how your ad's gonna show up. So you can see it's taking these headings and throwing it into how it's gonna show up on Google when someone types in one of your keywords. Right here, see expert junk removals, full service removal Pinellas, and a little picture that I've added. These are extensions, and you can switch it over to phone, see how it shows on the phone. You have the call extension down here, local junk pickup, book online, save $20. All these green check marks are keywords that I have for this specific ad group that they're linked. So if they have a green check mark, that means I'm using them over here as a headline, and it's an actual keyword in the ad group. So that's just a win-win. The more you do that, the more Google's gonna reward you. So on and so on and so on. That's how they're all set up. And now if you wanna jump into a landing page really quick, we could come over into the junk pickup landing page. All right, so if you wanna hop over into one of my landing pages, I could try to show you guys this real quick. So you can experiment with this, but this is one that I used for a while. Super easy, straight to the point, not a lot of distractions. Junk removal serving Pinellas County in South Tampa. There's a little thing you can fill out here that goes to my email for someone's information. This drag bar at the top is always scrolling with the screen, as you can see. Call for a free estimate right at the top. A few more call to actions. Book online, which brings you to my Workies background, or my Workies backend, where they can fill out a time where they want to schedule something. Call us today. You can click on this on mobile and it'll call me, or obviously there's a number there. They can just type it on their phone if they're on desktop. Some of our services, some pictures, reviews, and contact us today, which just brings you right to the top and gives you all these options. Super simple. Landing pages don't have to be the prettiest thing in the world, even though mine looks pretty damn good. As long as it converts, it converts. You can do some experimenting with this. You can do some A/B testing. It really just depends on how serious you're trying to get in your ads and how much time you want to put into it. Again, if you don't have any experience with this kind of stuff, I would recommend doing a ton of research before you flick on a campaign and start wasting your money. Because if you don't know what you're doing, and you start putting broad match keywords everywhere, or just not setting them up right, or running smart campaigns, that's a no-no. You're gonna be burning through money. Now I'm trying to think of more things I can show you. Oh yeah, we can hop into like location. You should know how to set up the location of your ad. Obviously, when you it's gonna ask you when you're setting up the campaign. I'll show you guys in a second how to set up the location. Then you can do advanced bid adjustment. You can do advanced things like come in here on dynamic targeting, and you can do specific locations. Say like one zip code is doing better than another. You can start focusing that zip code more specifically. And then I can show you guys my ad schedule. I run my ads Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's what I see as work for me recently, so that's what I run. That's what I prefer. I don't prefer to get calls on the weekends because sometimes I'm busy or I'm already doing something, hanging out with friends. I mean, come on, cut me a break. I'm only 25 here. I have somewhat of a social life, so I'm not working Saturday and Sunday all the time. No reason to have my ads running. And then calls, I have a 10% bid adjustment on calls from phone because I prefer that. I think they just convert better. And then audiences, you can actually get super specific with this, and you can do bid adjustment on audiences. As you can see, the 65 plus group for me converts a lot better. This is only January and we got 12 conversions out of the 65 plus group. As you can see, these get super specific, and if you don't know what you're doing, you get super overwhelmed with this. So I just take one step at a time. And if you want someone to do all this stuff for you, obviously you can reach out to me. You don't have to use me. I do this for other people. You don't have to use me. There's tons of other companies that do this that are very knowledgeable in it. But I mean, I would at least go with someone that has experience with junk removal or does this for other junk removal companies, because it can be very specific. Junk removal is not like a roofing or contracting business where you can spend $100 a day with no results and still be fine, because at the end of the week you land that $10,000 job that pays for all the ads and you're still way in the profit. But junk removal on the other end, you kind of have to get that conversion rate below $60, because as we all know, like our average job cost is around like $300. And if your conversion rate is at like $100 a conversion after expenses, paying the employee to come out and do the job with you, and you're making like 50, $100 profit, it's not going to be worth it. So these ads have to be set up a specific way and be converting the right way, or you're just going to be blowing money. So real quick, I'll try to show you guys how to set up a campaign. You're going to come on here. It might be different for you. I know recently Google has changed their design. I think I'm still running on the old design. Like, I can explore the new design right here in the corner actually. So maybe I'll make an updated video on how to make a campaign on the new design. But for now, just switch to the old design and come right up here. New campaign, new campaign. I usually start off with just doing create a campaign without goals guidance, because one of these will just set up the campaign in a specific way. I don't like it. So I do create it my own way, which is create a campaign without a goals guidance. Then I always do search. I have these already set up. I have my phone number linked for this, so it's contact, other, phone call leads, form, all that's already set up for me. But if it asks you some of the stuff you want to fill it out, go right ahead. But this is important. It's going to ask you what your goal is here, what results you want. I always want phone calls and website visits, so you're going to put your website here and your phone number there. Then you can name this whatever. You can do just junk ads. Continue. I'll just start a new one. Then it's going to ask you what you want your campaign to focus on: conversions or clicks, or conversion value, impressions. When you're first starting a campaign, I recommend doing clicks just to get data in there for like a few weeks at least. You can set a maximum cost per click, which could be like $20, I would recommend. Or if you don't want to set it, you'll get data even faster. You can just have no limit. Then this is where I don't recommend using Google search partners or display networks. That's like YouTube and Bing and all that BS. Doesn't work that well. Enter another location. This is where you would put your exact city or county where you want your ads to run, because obviously you don't want to run your ads all across all the United States, because that's not your service area. Unless it is, props to you, then you're probably the GOAT. Don't need to be watching this video. But I do Pinellas County, Florida, 1.4 million. That's my service area. Have it on English. Sorry if I'm going fast. I just don't want to make this video super long for no reason. More settings. This is the ad rotation, ad schedule. At default is set on all day, 24 hours a day. You can come in here, do Monday through Friday. If this is military time for some reason, I would do whatever you want, like 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., whatever you want to set that up as. We can come into more settings. Ad rotation, I always have it on optimized best performing ads. Start and end date, I just start the date whenever I'm making the ad. Then end date, I have no set end date. I'll just pause it if I want it to end or delete it. Then next, you come in here, this is where you do your keywords. I would do your keyword research before you just hop in here. That's something I wanted to show you guys. So if you come over to the keyword planner, you can actually do some keyword research. I would watch a whole video on how to use the keyword planner, because it is a very valuable tool. But you come into keyword planner, you can do junk removal, furniture removal. I'll just do those two for now. You come in here, hit search, then filter it to your area, because we don't want to do all of the United States, obviously. I'll do just my area, for example. And then it'll show you this data. If you have a brand new Google Ads account, it's not going to have all this data, as much detail as mine. Obviously, mine has a lot of detail for my area because it has a ton of history, so it's showing all these numbers very accurately. But as you can see, it'll show you like junk removal, furniture removal, and it'll show you how often people are searching up these terms, how competitive they are, what the top of the range bid is. You can even filter it to the highest search things. Then you can use those. You can select all these and add them to your new campaign. But again, you want to put these in parentheses or quotes, because if you don't, it's going to be a broad match keyword, and don't use broad match keywords. And then this is where you're going to set up how your ad's going to look like on Google. You can put your URL in there for your landing page, which would be this. Not my URL, obviously, but your own one that you build. And if you need someone to build your landing page, I do that too. So if you guys end up using me to run your ads, I'll build your landing page and all that. Don't worry about it. But put your landing page in here, then your call extension. You can add a phone number here. That'll be the little thing that'll show up below the ad with the phone number. Then this is where you start adding your headlines. So we'll just do junk removal, furniture pickup. And then you can see it'll start showing you an example of how it's going to look like on top of Google. And you want to add as many of those as you can because you want to give Google as much variation as you can so it can find out what works the best, and then it'll optimize it to use that variation of the ad the most. That's why we selected earlier, optimize best performing ads. Then description, that's going to be the part right below where it says description 1, 2, and here you can just, obviously don't just type random stuff, put a good description, and then you can add an image that will come up on the ad. You want to add images because it'll just, I'll see if I can show you guys an example real quick. It's just better to have a picture because it takes up more space on someone's computer screen, and obviously you want your ad to pop. So when you add a picture, oh, there you go, see the little picture right there? You want that. So back to the point, yeah, add all this stuff, add the site links, add as much as you can, then you're gonna hit next, and it's gonna ask you what you want your daily budget is. I would start at $50 minimum because you need to spend money to get data. Then you go next, review. It's going to ask you to review all the information, make sure everything is set up correctly. It's asking me to confirm if this is really me right now and wants me to go confirm this in my Gmail account. I'm sure. Wants me to confirm that in my Gmail account. I don't feel like doing that right now. But yeah, that is pretty much everything that's much I think of. I hope I showed you guys enough. That's how you set up a campaign really quick. That's like some of the keywords I use. That's how I have my campaign set up. And so you always want to be coming in here day by day and going to the keyword section of your total campaign and insights and reports, and you can go to search terms, and these are just what your ads are specifically showing up for. So I just added this in today, pro junk dispatch, like my ad showed up for that, and or 5 impressions actually. In January I got 5 impressions for pro junk dispatch, and I'm sure that's some competitive company, so I excluded that. I put that as a negative keyword. And the search terms are just stuff that you always come up for, or that you have came up for in the past, and you just want to come through here and add them as negative keywords if they're not relevant, like junk removal, San Francisco, California. Obviously I added that as a negative keyword because I live in Florida. Like, I don't even know how that came up. Little stuff like that, you want to come through here and just see what you're actually coming up for on Google, and if it's not relevant, add it as a negative keyword. Oh, all right, video's at 19 minutes. Sorry, I rambled again, very long, but I tried to go over a lot of stuff. Hope I provided some value for you guys. If you have any questions or I missed something, drop it below in the comments. If you want to reach out to me, my email is always below, or if you want me to run your Google ads for you, because I know that's a lot. It's a lot of headache. It took me like over a year and a half to even fathom this and get it to this level. So if you want to talk to me about it or have me do a free audit of your area and see if you're in a potential area to where these Google ads could thrive, let me know. I'll work on that for you. And that's all I got for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.